Has anyone ever said something to you that really hurt your feelings? Did that person even realize the effect of what was said? I'm here today as an advocate for kind speaking. I truly believe that if you change the way you speak, you can change your life. Once, when I was about 13, I was reciting out loud a Shakespeare sonnet that I had memorized. I loved the words, but my delivery was not great, and I knew it. My oldest brother walked by and said to me with a sneer on his face, "You know that was terrible, right?" I was embarrassed and I said, "Yeah, I know." Was what my brother said encouraging? No, it was not. Was it nice? Not at all. From that exchange, I learned that I should avoid activities that I knew I wouldn't be good at or I would be criticized. 13 was a vulnerable age in my life. The average person might not be as susceptible and defenseless as I was, but what we say hurts people of all ages. The most obvious reason why you should speak kindly is because it will improve relationships. I have a friend with a bad habit. My friend sounds really angry when she talks, and from what she says, I know she's not angry, but I can't help feeling like that coming away from the conversation anyway. She may say the most benign things, but it sounds really intense, and I don't think she has a clue that she does this. But she doesn't have many friends, and as a result, her children all speak the same way, including back to her. They all sound angry with each other while they're talking, and I feel like I would be more comfortable talking to her if she sounded more friendly, and I would definitely feel more comfortable when dining at her house with her family, because it feels like a giant confrontation. Sister Karen Lund, in her talk, The Four Principles of a Joyous Marriage said, "My husband and I were having a discussion which was more emotional than it should have been. And in the heat of it, I said something that hurt my sweetheart. Instead of responding with anger, the natural tendency, he simply and kindly asked, 'Do you really mean that?' Of course I didn't, and I told him so. He responded, 'Then why did you say it?' I felt horrible, and I learned that day to be very careful about speaking in the heat of emotion. It is much better to think through our own feelings of hurt and anger, understand them, and then talk about the problem kindly, thoughtfully, and respectfully." Do you want people to feel comfortable around you? Do you want to hurt the people around you? Do you really mean the things you say? Sometimes we say things that we don't mean, and that's okay. We are all learning. But if those remarks and bad feelings continue, it will build up hurt upon hurt, and we may find ourselves far away from people we once considered close. Another reason why speaking kindly is a good thing is because it's healthy. Many people are aware that angry outbursts can greatly increase the risk of heart attacks. The European Society of Cardiology has concluded that among people who are frequently angry, 5 episodes of anger a day would result in around 158 extra heart attacks per 10,000 people, with a low cardiovascular risk per year. So in 10,000 people of whom had 5 angry outbursts a day, there were an extra 158 heart attacks per year per 10,000 people. Extra for low risk. Those people were not at risk for having a heart attack. And increasing to 657 extra heart attacks per 10,000 people with a high cardiovascular risk. I think the statistic speaks for itself. Most people don't have 5 angry outbursts a day, but they may have one instance of yelling at their child for emptying a box of cereal on the floor, and that person may have another angry outburst at a coworker who must do a report, and an instance of road rage. Those angry outbursts build up, and they do more than hurt those around you. It hurts your body and your life expectancy as well. For another important reason to speak kindly is that it will make you a more effective person. Dr. P.M. Forney, author of Choosing Civility, the 25 Rules of Considerate Conduct, said, It is also important to remember that people's perceptions of us impact our relationship for the long term, and the way we talk to them makes lasting impressions. Studies have demonstrated that people actually have negative physical reactions to negative talk. Yelling and put-downs that can be described as shutting down, physically shutting down, is what I mean. We should remember how ineffective negative talk can be and try speaking kindly when we want to make important points. This shows a level of respect for the other person that will leave the door open for further communication. If your child does empty a box of cereal on the floor and you react angrily, will she really learn why she shouldn't dump out the cereal? Or will she learn to be scared of you when she does something wrong? If you yell at your coworker for making a mistake, will more work get done? Will your coworker ever approach you if he doesn't have to? Speaking kindly to someone shows them that you respect them and that you love them. More will be accomplished by speaking kind words than harsh words. I can think of many more reasons why we should speak kindly, and I can go on forever. But there isn't time for that. Here's another quote from Dr. Forney. To speak kindly, you need to be aware constantly that you are speaking to living, breathing, vulnerable human beings. Don't discount the power of your words. The thought that they might cause unnecessary hurt or discomfort should inform every conversation. When you speak kindly to others, you manage to keep them in mind as you speak, which means keeping at bay, at least for a while, the pressing demand of your needs. Speaking kindly is as much about yourself as it is about other people. If you don't speak kindly for yourself, at least do it for someone else. I know this is hard to accomplish and a sore spot in many lives. Every person has encountered a bully or at the very least a rude person. Many people are the rude people. So if speaking kindly is a daily struggle or a monthly one, I implore you to give it a try. Your life and the lives of the people around you will change.